Welcome to a Starter and a Chaser podcast with your hosts, Joe Clarke and Jon Passow.
I think if anybody's going to replace Bruce Dickinson as the lead singer of Iron Maiden, it's Brittany Slayes from Unleash the Archers. It'd be, welcome to another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast, where we review one whiskey and one beer every week.
That's right.
I am Professional Brewer Jon Passow.
I'm Whiskey Connoisseur Joe Clarke.
Joe, for the starter, what do we have today?
We got an old tub.
Old tub.
Unfiltered whiskey.
And for the chaser, we have from Robinson Brewing Company, Sun and Steel, which is one of Iron Maiden's beers.
Awesome, dude. Does it sing when you open it?
Well, I think we're going to find out.
Right? Yes!
So, old tub.
It is a Jim Beam product. Jim Beam was started in 1795 by Jacob Beam. He started selling corn whiskey in the good old heartland of whiskey, Kentucky. It is now owned by Beam Suntory. They have been around distilling for 225 years.
That's incredible.
Impressive. That's 7 generations of Beam family distilling. It is called Old Tub. It is a limited edition throwback to one of their first bourbons from like 140 years ago when they first produced Old Tub.
Wow.
Do you think that's what Uncle Lou's drinking?
I bet you, yeah.
Okay, all right, just making sure. It's bottled in bond, so if you guys remember, bottled in bond Act of 1897, 4 to 6 years old, 1 distilling season, in a government-controlled warehouse, and always right at 100 proof. It is unfiltered, and that means basically there's no charcoal filtering. They pour the whiskey through a screen and just basically capture the bits and pieces of the barrel itself. And retails for a whopping, it's going to break the bank, $23. Yep, got to get a second job. Might have to stop.
So we have these pre-poured in front of us.
Ooh, let's check out
It's a limited edition, so I'm excited to give this a try. I'll show it to the audience members out there. What would you describe that color as?
It's just kind of a light orange, a little yellow.
Very light orange.
A little copper tint to it, like around the top and stuff, and the edges.
It's a thick drink. The legs are real slow to come down.
Yeah, it's a nice coat. I'm happy about that.
All right.
And being a Kentucky bourbon at 100 proof, we find that a lot of them are thicker mouthfeel. We'll see what the mouthfeel is like. So, What
does it smell like, Joe?
Ooh, nice. White. Actually, a lot of light smells coming out of this, meaning
It smells like a G.
it's very citrusy. So we get like citrus on like the old Granddad and stuff from Jim Beam too. You get kind of that orange peel. Getting that with this too. Vanilla. This is super oaky, barrel, char on the nose. Honey. Little hints of caramel.
Those all
minty.
Sound delicious. Minty.
Kind of minty. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty complex for a $23 bottle. So
Nice.
What do you think, John?
I think we should dive right in.
Cheers.
Prost.
All right.
Orange. Right up front, I get orange and caramel.
That is citrusy. Wow.
Yeah, that is tangerine now.
Yeah. That's like it's a very concentrated orange flavor.
Absolutely.
Like you're saying, tangerines are those nice concentrated,
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
The little
it just
barrel
smells
starts to appear slowly on the back end. Don't taste the heat.
good. No, it's more of like a rye spice.
Yeah.
Some Jim Beam products, I don't know what the mash bill is on this, but most Jim Beam products are a higher rye whiskey. So I wonder if this is around that 27% that they offer in some of their other whiskeys. So, but I'm getting that. I'm getting the rye spice. Yeah, it's not. There's no heat to this at all.
For a second.
Yeah, let's do it. Wow, is that orange?
A little brown sugar now, but still, yeah, you're right. Orange, tangerine, caramel, brown sugar. Barrel starting to come out a little bit more with the second one. Kind of dark,
peppery,
vanilla. It's more of a darker note than some of the other barrels we've come across.
The barrel is settling in for me on my palate. Very tasty, not splintery, not overly splintery, anything like that. Not like, because this is bottled and bond like Granddad, but you would think it would be similar, you know, because it's 100 proof, it's bottled and bond, it's Jim Beam.
But,
no, very different.
This beams are to the same, you know, created equal, as they say.
No, it's wonderful for $23. Wow.
And, you know, being that this is a limited edition, you know, I've heard some hype about it, and I think it's starting to live up to some of that hype upon first sip for $23. Yeah, you're right, it is extremely complex.
I'm getting the mintiness to it.
Okay.
That is nice. This is really, it's nice, man. Yeah.
Well, we'll give our final thoughts at the end of the show.
Absolutely.
But we're going to take a quick break. But before we do, be sure to hit subscribe. Really helps us out. Leave us a comment. We've got a great Patreon account where you can get cool stuff, exclusive things, stickers, etc. Patreon.com, starter and chaser. Link below. But we will be back with
The Chaser.
And we are back with The Chaser, which is from Robinson Brewing Company. It is Sun and Steel.
Okay.
There's a reason why we keep throwing up the Dio horns, is because this is a team up with Iron Maiden, the famous British new wave heavy metal group from the 80s on up to now. Now, Robinson Brewery is started in 1838 in Stockport, United Kingdom. They teamed up, like I said, with Iron Maiden, but not just Iron Maiden. In particular, Iron Maiden's lead singer, Bruce Dickinson, who is a real ale fan, to produce a series of Iron Maiden-themed beers. They first started off with the Trooper, and this is Sun and Steel, which I believe is their 6th beer in the series. This is a Pilsner, but not just any Pilsner. This has been finished with sake yeast from award-winning sake brewery Oko Unomatsu Sake Brewery. Now, we're going to grab our English no-neck glasses and crack this one open.
So sake whiskey, is that what the yeast is?
Sake isn't a whiskey, but it's a fermented rice beverage, alcoholic rice beverage.
All right. Always been curious about that. Learning things every day.
Look at that. Oh, that's such a great sound.
Your pours always make them look like delicious, the way the sounds it makes.
Don't try this at home, kids. I'm a professional.
As it goes all over. Oh, damn it. Ooh. I'll take that one.
Happens every once in a while when you get put on the spot by Joe. Oh, it's a perfect pour. You didn't see that, folks. Anyway, so let's look at the color and clarity of that one. That is beautiful.
Gold.
Yeah, gold straw. Nice Pilsner head on there. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's perfect head.
Yeah.
When it doesn't flow over the edge of the glass. Joe, what are you smelling on this one?
I've said this before. It has that like
Pilsner
malt. Something else in there.
Is it metal?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Wait a minute. Maybe I should be listening.
Run to
So it's a different type of carbonation that's actually playing metal in the background. I think we should just dive in and see what it tastes like.
All right.
Cheers.
Crisp. Ooh, slight, subtle malt sweetness on there.
A little bit.
Little fruitiness.
Yeah.
Now the fruitiness on this is from the sake yeast. It can have like a floral, fruity nose and a floral, fruity taste that you get from the sake yeast.
Wow. This is interesting. This is like smooth like a weeder to me.
It does
like
have
the mouthfeel.
It does have wheat in this, actually. There's a small percentage of wheat, so
weird.
Nicely picked up. His palate's starting to expand here, folks.
All right, cool.
Man. So crisp, slightly fruity, little malt sweetness.
I'm going to mirror you on all that. Yeah. Almost, a little fruity. I think more a little citrusy kind of.
There is a little citrus, but I'm getting kind of a floral, noble hop bitter in there.
There's a bitter note in there a little bit.
Yeah, that's the hops. I wonder what hops they're using.
Yeah.
And this is
easy to drink. I mean, it's
very drinkable.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. 4.8% ABV too. So I mean, this is like crushable during the summer or at an
I was going to say that
concert.
So like, a lot of, beer guys drinking, you're out mowing the lawn or you're hanging out with your buddies and you don't always want a stout or something like that.
No worldwide stout or
outside.
Yeah,
right. Outside hanging with people and you just want easily crushable but tasty beers, unlike some of the macros. This would be it.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
And I love that it comes in a larger can too.
Sure.
Ooh, there's still some left in here. Yeah, so I would definitely seek this one out. Oh man, nicely done, Robinson and Dickinson.
Yes,
great job. So let's revisit the Old Tub. What are your final thoughts on Old Tub?
Old Tub for $23. Price aside, in general, it's delicious. I like how citrusy it is. It's awesome, actually. I've heard kind of mixed things on Old Tub, and yeah, I think this is a great buy. If I could get this all the time, I'd be buying it all the time. This would be a regular shelfer, everyday drink for me because it drinks a lot higher than its price.
I absolutely agree. It tastes like a $40 or $50 bottle.
Sure.
It's not going to break the bank. I don't know how readily available it is, but if you find it, I definitely recommend picking it up. And I am really curious what that's going to be like in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
With a little bit of that orange from the orange peel combined with the citrusy tangerine note. That's going to be one killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
Absolutely, because I use old Granddad Bound and Bond in old fashioned, so this would be nice with the citrus note to it.
Now, the Trooper from Maiden. What do you think, Joe?
It's a very nice, light, refreshing. I like it because it drinks like a weeder, and you guys know I like weeders. This very much drinks like a weeder. A little malt sweetness to it. It's very well balanced, very easy to drink. This is a great everyday, just crush it beer.
Nice. Maiden's one of my favorite heavy metal bands, and I love that they have teamed up with a great brewery and produced something that's quality. They just didn't slap their name on it and call it an evening. You can tell that they oversaw this and they wanted it to be good and represent them because they're such an iconic band, and to have such an iconic beer to match it, I think it's a match made in heaven. This is extremely drinkable, and I would definitely keep a bunch of these in my refrigerator.
Sure, absolutely. Great show.
So that's it. This is another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast, and we will see you Monday, Wednesday,
Friday.
One of those 2 days next.
All right, guys.
Yeah, see you later. Now, unleash the archers. She's the only vocal equal, I think, to Bruce Dickinson, Brittany Slayes, man. Plus, she's Canadian, so, you got a foreign singer for a foreign band.
Makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.